Good morning. Hello, ladies. Welcome to day 18. I have a lot of you already. I love it. Good morning. I said good morning to you guys, but Debbie, Jeannie, Diane, Marianne, thank you for being here and ready. Love it. So we're at day 18. And you girls are so consistent, and thank you for being here. I love that you are sticking with it 15 minutes a day. I hope you're feeling great. If you can, in the chat box, just give me sort of one word in how you're feeling at this point in the challenge, because you all have been here every day, and I'm loving it. So while you're entering into the chat box, I'm going to go over what we're going to go over today. So many people have a hard time with extension of the spine. And I think it's really due to just everything in our body being in front of us. We're flexed forward pretty much most of our day, right? And then you have your Pilates practice where we work on flexibility. But, I want you to start thinking about your spine on a regular basis, okay? So we've got energized. Oh, hi, Barry. I didn't see you here. Hi. Feel great. Feeling really energized. I love it. So you can see that the words that are being used are not physical words, right? It's all about sort of what's happening on the inside, because Pilates is so much more than physical. So much of it is what's going on the inside. Marianne, feeling great. Awesome. So back to how our spine is. So in Pilates, we're looking to get more mobility and suppleness in the spine. That is one of the main goals: decompressing the spine, getting flexibility and mobility in the spine. And that includes in extension, right? In extension. And that is I don't know, my cat's scratching stuff up. And extension can feel really hard on the spine or on the mat, right? Especially when you're lying down on your stomach and you're trying to lift up. So often it's going right into our low back, right into our neck, because those are the two parts of the spine that are already kind of shaped in that position. So as we're on the mat, what's happening is we're just pushing more into the shapes that are already there. Can one of you get Skittles, please? He's trying to attack the remote. Better mobility, love it. Yes. So what I want to really concentrate on is the shapes that our spine creates. Okay. So there are 5 shapes in Pilates. You have forward flexion, that forward bending. You have extension, that back bending. You have side flexion, right? And then you have rotation, as well as your tall back, your lengthened position. So those 5 positions, and what they're doing is they're trying to help that one shape of extension, right? So all of these shapes are helping you create mobility. So the more that you can flex forward, we want to be able to do that same on the way back. We want to be able to extend as much as you flex, all right? We want to be able to rotate as much as we extend. So we want to create that mobility equally throughout the spine. So we're going to kind of work on that today. So you ready to do it? I like it. So what helps to create your mobility? 1, your breath. 2, a stable pelvis. And then 3, we can focus on those shapes. So 1, we want to get into our breath. 2, we want to get into our stable pelvis. And then we can really concentrate on that spinal mobility. And if you want to dive deeper into these 3 concepts, check out my beginner mat Pilates series. You can sign up for the wait list below. I will put the description below. I think it's balance to the core / beginner, I think. But I'll have the link below if you want to join that beginner Pilates series. Okay. So let's play with this. All right. So 1, we have breath. 2, we have a stable pelvis. So let's just go into that right now. Bend your knees and then just anchor your spine on the mat. Hopefully you're able to find it a little bit faster now that you're at day 18. And just find that anchored pelvis. And let's breathe into our center. Take an inhale. You can take your hands on your center. And exhale. Now remember, in Pilates, we're not belly breathing, right? We want to breathe into our ribs so that we can keep that abdominal control. And as you anchor the pelvis, we're trying to get the longest spine that we can. Good. And let's just take one leg to tabletop as we inhale. Exhale, let it control down. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And now feel the breath. Really help with the control. Arms long now. One more time. Really feel the breath. Feel the anchor of the pelvis. Help control that knee in. Good. Other side. We pull. And then we press down. Right into hip rolls. We inhale it up. We exhale it down. We inhale it up. And down, right through the center of the spine. One more time. Good. And now we inhale, breathe into our back. Exhale, lift. And we bring it down on an inhale. Exhale. We're trying to flex that spine as we keep our pelvis stable. We don't let that pelvis tuck to us, right? So we stretch it long without letting those ribs lift, and then we flex it up. Good. There was a time when I couldn't even lift my head without neck strain. So with consistency, you can create a more flexible spine by doing this work. Good. Now take one leg up to tabletop. Bring the other leg to tabletop. Squeeze those thighs together. And now we're going to start to let those legs go away from us, and then we pull them back in. So with our breath, we inhale. Exhale. What's your spine doing? We don't want the spine to lift, right? Pull that belly in as those legs pull away. And then we just deepen the center as we pull the legs back in. Inhale. So the movement of the legs comes from that center. One more time. Tap those toes down. Stretch those legs long. Now we're in our center. Let's take an inhale. Exhale. Curl it up and flex that spine up and over and start to pump. Keep the pumps above your hip. And let's just keep reaching that spine long as we breathe into our center. Feel free to float those legs up if you'd like. So we really, from our center, start to float those legs up to wherever you are today. And feel free to keep the legs down. With control, we lower the legs down if they're up and stretch it long. Let's come up for our roll up. We're going to curl our spine up. We're going to flex it up, and we dive our body up and over. And remember, you can always do half rollbacks here. You don't have to do the full version. So there's always a place to modify for where you are in your practice. Good. So I pull back with my abs. And then take a nice deep inhale as I start to lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Really anchor into that stable pelvis as you exhale. Use that exhale to help lift your body up and over. Good. So that breath, that stable pelvis helps you to move your spine, right? So if that pelvis was unstable, so if I'm coming up and my pelvis is unstable, or unstable, meaning it starts to tuck to come up, my hip flexors are taking over, that doesn't allow me to create more flexibility in my spine. The more that I anchor the pelvis, the more I use my breath, I can make it come right into that spine. And then just take your body up and over. Good. And then let's just hug those knees in. And we're going to do a little rolling like a ball. So we're going to take those toes. We're going to just let them hover above the mat as we inhale it back, right to the mid-back. Exhale it up. Now notice as you do these, are the legs whipping past you? Right? Are you using the legs? That is taking away from the spine. How can we stay in that spine? Think about lifting the butt bones up to the ceiling, right? Lift the butt bones. If you want to go into your rollover, you can go over, come up, and balance. Only if you'd like. Anchor those arms. Scoop that belly and keep lifting the butt bones up to the ceiling as you stretch your legs down. Butt bones up to the ceiling, legs reach away and down. And then come up and balance. Hold right here. Can you try to stretch your legs long? Stretch them long, stretch them long, stretch them long. Look. And bend it down. And then we pull, 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 pull. In, in. Good. So our spine is just trying to stay in this flexed position. We're going to go right into crisscross. So take it over and over. The legs don't change. We're just trying to stretch out that arm for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Go ahead. Hug it in. Bring yourself up. Let's get a little spine stretch forward so you can lift up tall. Anchoring the heels, the hamstrings, the sitting bones. And then just pick those hips up away from your butt bones. Take an inhale. Exhale. Over. Keep lifting your chest away from your thighs and roll it back up. And again, we dive it. Good. And we come on up. One more time, really anchoring the bottom half of your body as you flex that spine up and over. Good. And we roll it back up. Arms out to the sides. Good. Now let's just take our hands right onto our shoulders. Because I want to make sure we're totally into our spine and not our arms. We're going to rotate and you're going to dive your elbow right towards your inner knee. We come on up, we turn the other way, and dive, and up, and rotate, and over. Good. Are your hips moving? Are your heels moving? Let's anchor as we lift tall. Good. One more each side. Let's see the difference now when we stretch our arms. Is it coming from your spine and not your arms? And then you dive. We come on up. One more, other side. And dive, and up, and return to center. Good. All right, so let's see how our spine is doing in extension work now. All right, so we're on our stomach, squeezing the thighs together. Let's see where it is. Reach the spine forward. All right, now if you feel like, hey, I'm in my low back, I just went right up into my low back, I want you to really anchor the pelvis and the feet. So anchor, I mean the pubic bone in the feet. And then pull your hip bones, pull them in and up, pull them up towards your chest and see if that helps you release your back. Feel that center pulling in as you reach the chest forward. All right, good. Now we're going to try to come up. We're going to try to stay there, all right, as we hover the arms up. So what do you need to do to not sink right into your low back? Pubic bone heavy, pull those hip bones up towards your chest and lower down. And bring your body down. We lift. All right, stay there. Now pulling those arms up with your mid-back. Anchoring the feet, reaching them long. And lower. One more time. This is where I see a lot of feet hover up. As it like this, and that's losing control. Anchor the feet. Anchor the pubic bone. Really put into your center. If you're just hovering up, that's fine. I'd rather you do that. Maybe add a little rocking if you can. Release your body down. Let's get a little stretch here. All right, just stretch. And then we're going to come to our elbows. All right. Now we're coming up a little higher. Very easy to go into the low back here. Squeeze your thighs together. Almost turn your inner thighs up to the ceiling. Now here, I'm pushing my pubic bone down, and I'm really lifting those hip bones up. Feel how that just really helps release the back. Hold and really stretch out of the chest. Now you're going to try to maintain that connection as you kick one leg in and the other leg in. And as you kick the legs, try not to tilt your pelvis from side to side. You can't see it now because you've got a dog in the camera. Oh man. 3 more. 3. Let's go 2 more. Good. Now we lower down. We take our spine back into flexion again. So we're just trying to create this stretch in the spine. I'm going to grab my heels and just drop my head down as I lift the spine up to the ceiling more. And then come on up. Take it to your side. All right, so now we are on our side. And we're not sinking. We're trying to find that stable pelvis and lift the waistline up. All right, take your legs to the front corner of your mat. As I anchor the bottom leg, the top leg comes up. Really hold that. Now can you reach longer through your spine? Keep lifting that waistline up. And then just let the leg swing forward and back without moving the rest of your spine. Good. Now if we can create more mobility in our hips while keeping the pelvis stable, it's going to help release the low back. All of this has purpose. Take your leg to meet your other leg, point up, flex down. So if I point up and I'm sinking my hip here, and I'm kind of just trying to lift as high as I can, that's not doing anything to create more mobility in my spine. All right, this, staying in control, will help. Lift up, press behind you, give me 5 little circles one way and the other. We're loosening up those tight muscles in the hip joint. Maybe some of them are asleep. We need to wake them up. Circle the other way. Get our hips working efficiently. It takes less pressure off our back. Good. And then just bring it in. Take your body up and over and side bend it. Again, this is tight on most people. Stretch it up and over. Look down. Cradle your head and lift your elbow up to the sky. Feel that? Try to lift taller as you're bending. Ooh, and we'll take it up and over the other way. Stretch. To just do it one more time, up and over. So if we loosen anything up, look down, elbow up. One more, just for fun, because I like 3s. Up and over. Look down, stretch that elbow up. Good, and release. Other side. So every move in Pilates is like one big giant exercise, right? All with the main purpose, creating a more supple spine. So when you're in each exercise, just think, all right, where's my spine? How can I create more length? So anchor your pelvis and then stretch your spine long. It's so easy to collapse in the spine here. Lift your waistline up. It's hard. All right. Bottom leg anchors as you lift the top. Let's just bring that leg forward and back. Okay. And try not to bring the pelvis with you. Good. Just a few more as that bottom leg stays anchored. It's hard to anchor that leg, right? And then we'll take that leg up and down. Good. And then lift it up, press it back behind you, circle 5 in each direction. Ooh, anchor that bottom leg. Don't let it come with you. Circle the other side. Good. Bend it in, bring it in, up and over. One side feels very different, right? Up and over, reach, look down. Now take your hand behind your head. Lift the elbow up as you look down. Press your head into your hand. And you lift up and over more. Good. Stretch it over. Do it again. Good. One more time. Good. Try to anchor your pelvis as you lift up and over. Good. And release. Okay, so now let's go to our extension again. Let's see. We've loosened up a little bit. Let's see if it feels a little better to extend after sort of we've done every kind of positioning of our spine. All right, reaching the arms and legs long. Anchor the pubic bone, and we're going to lift as we stretch up and lower down. Okay? Lift and lower. Lift, anchoring the bottom arm and leg to help with that lift. Now, if you want to try both arms and legs, go ahead. Up. Now, are you going right into your low back or your neck? Try to really anchor the pubic bone. Pull those hip bones up. Pull those hip bones up. Pull the center up. Many people also have foot cramps here. If you cramp, just sort of release the foot, go back into it. Having foot cramps is telling right there. You need to get a little bit more flexibility in those feet. Good. And then just release. Sit your hips back to your heels. Give it a good stretch here. Again, you can drop your head, grab your heels, tuck your toes. You can go in a little bit more of a shell. Good. And then just release it down. Come on up. Beautiful. Just got one more exercise. All right. So let's just do a couple of half rollbacks. So lifting up tall. We're going to curl back as we kind of scoop, anchoring the heels. Take your body up and over. Don't let those hips move. Lift your body up and over the hips. You have to pull your hips in to create that roll back. Don't let the heels slide. Once they start to slide, you've gone too far. Just to the point where they don't slide, then anchor the heels. Pull those hips together. Feel how that activates the seat. Take your body up and over. Now it's about the spine. And the spine is supported by all of these other supported muscles. Like your arms staying on your back. They don't reach off your back. It's your spine doing it. Do you feel that difference? Good. Now let's roll it all the way down onto the mat. And let's just do a quick little bridge. So we're going to lift up. All right, press your right leg out. All right, here we go. We're going to kick it up without letting our hips lower. And point. Point and flex. There we go. Good. Only go to as low as your low back is allowing you. Good. Keep lifting those hips up. You got one more. Good. And slide it back in. Square your hips. You ready? Here we go. Forward. Lift and down. Good. When you're ready, you can start to lower it a little bit more if your hips and low back are okay with that. Do the range of motion that works for you. You got one more. And then just slide it in. Roll it on down. Good job. Hug it in. Awesome work, my friends. So let's just take our knees to one side. And up and over the other way. Good. Bring up to center. And roll it up. Feel your spine. How does it feel? You get a little bit loosened up anything? All right. Hopefully you do. You feel like you loosened a little bit. So today, think about a little bit of extension in your day. All right. But do your extension when you have a stable pelvis and try to do it with your breath. Okay. Get your spine used to going in this position, but not in a way where you're like streaming. Come back to your principles. Stable pelvis, lengthen spine, and just open. Okay, using your mid back, like you're pressing your chest forward. You're not reaching your head back. Pressing the chest forward, right? All right, play with it today. See if it starts to loosen some stuff. You do a little bit of that every day, you'll feel magnificent. Okay? So, we did it. How do you feel? I love all these words that you guys use, guys. Very energized. Diane, you feel great. Debbie, feeling really energized and better mobility. Marianne's feeling great. I love those words. They help us in our day, right? So I can't believe we're going to day 19 tomorrow. We're going to be in the 20s soon. Craziness. Good. Awesome, Diane. I'm glad. So remember, guys, if you want that beginner series, if you're part of the core club, you have it because you get all the programs that I do. But if you are not part of the core club and you just want to try a program, head on to that wait list for the beginner series where I go over those like 3 main principles and we really hone in on them, as well as your spinal alignment. Yay, Jeannie. Love it. Ready to start the day. Oh, yeah, baby. Good, Debbie. I'm glad it was awesome. Cool. Good, good, good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And always remember in the comments, if there's something specific you want to work on, this series is for you. So I want you to get what you want. Yes, it sets you stronger and more energized for each day. Barry, I love it. I love that, because when you feel like that, you're consistent with it, right? When it's something deeper than just the physical, you stick with it, which I don't have to tell you guys. You're here every day. You guys are awesome. You're really awesome. So glad you're feeling good. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye, guys.